You can actually earn money while you're learning graphics software. And before I show you my portfolio, I'll just show you some simple graphics here on Shutterstock. So these people have uploaded these graphics. So here's a really simple one, and they're making money from these. So there's one there. This one is really simple. Another simple one here. This is very, very simple. Then some other simple icons here. All I've done a search for icons on Shutterstock and looked at what people had uploaded. So this just shows you that even by designing something really simple, you can sell it. And that's important because when you're learning, you start with something simple and then you gradually get more and more difficult. So this is my portfolio. I've got around 38,000 illustrations here. I've also got around 3,000 photos. And if we look at the illustrations, some of them are quite simple and some of them are more complicated. Some of this I did myself, and some I outsourced some designs and then changed them myself. So I want to show you some of the ones I did while I was actually learning. If we look at this one, this was actually a software I used called Tagul. It's an online software, and I uploaded this. Very simple to do. I've got a video about this and I can link it down below, but you can make images from words and then upload it and sell it. This one here I did in Photoshop. I used Tagul over the top. Then I had a map design, and using Photoshop I put a shadow on it, and then I just put some color as well on that. This one here was tagul for the words, and then I just added some designs on the top. This one was really simple because I used a Photoshop plugin that I bought, and I didn't really have to change much at all. I just added the text and the image. This one I did while I was learning 3D Max. 3D Max is a 3D software. You can kind of make models with it. I made a square and then rounded the edges and put some text on it, and then I made this part and sunk it in there. And I suppose this was a bit more difficult. This probably wasn't the easiest one I did uploaded in 3D Max. This one's a bit simpler. I used 3D Max for this one. I made the cylinders here and made this part and then added the text onto it. This one I also made using 3D Max. I made this myself, and this one I also made using 3D Max. So I uploaded while I was learning 3D Max, and then I also did some using Tagul and some using Photoshop, and then I also outsourced some. And you really can make money on it. I've made a total of $210,000, and I paid out about $20,000 in outsourcing. So that was over about 4.5 years. So you can make money from it, and you can also make money while you're learning as well. I've got a list of stock websites that I upload to, and I'll put a link to that down below. There are some different graphics software that are best to learn. Photoshop is a kind of all-round graphic design program. You can use it for graphics and for photography, and it's very good at combining stuff together, combining graphics and text. Illustrator is only vectors, and it's good for making designs, especially if you want to sell the designs. Then I would say, if possible, make them using vectors. 3D Max is for making 3D models. I used 3D Max at the time. This was several years ago I started learning it, and it was the best software then. I just had another look which people rated was the best one, and they still rate 3D Max as the best one.